Hello. I think I have gone live. Hooray! So welcome. If you're here already, I would be very surprised. But welcome. I'm busy trying to find the live chat on my computer. This is my usual. I don't know what I'm doing thing, which I'm got pretty good at not knowing what I'm doing on my computer. So please bear with me for one moment, and hopefully I will find the chat and I will see whether anybody has joined me or not. So Evil Spartacus is here. Hello, welcome. Bear with me 2 seconds while I just get the chat on the screen, because I think, as you probably already know, I don't like being able to see myself on the screen. I like to be able to see what people are saying to me instead. So here we are, Sunday the 10th. I know that today quite a lot of people will either have been to or be at remembrance, either services or occasions today. So obviously there may well be a lot less people here. So, and Joey's here as well, and Anna. Hiya, thank you for joining me. So Mr. J has just left the building. He's gone off to do some essential shopping, kind of milk and yogurt and the dairy things that we don't do here, and some essential biscuity type things for him. And Ecocentric Homestead here, Karen's here, Tracy's here. Hi. Yes, I called today's a quick chat because you can probably hear my voice is on its way out. So I may well get through the hour, but I might not. And so I'm going to stop when my voice gets so croaky or it just gets very sore. So I'm giving myself the leeway to finish early if I need to. And Paul is here, and it's also the Marine Corps' birthday today. I didn't know that, so I did know it was Remembrance Sunday here. And so hi Chrissy, thank you for joining me. So I was just saying, I'm calling this a quick chat because I may not get through a whole hour. Thank you, Tracy. I feel absolutely fine. But yesterday evening, my voice started going croaky. I woke up this morning sounding like a badger had crawled down my throat. I was very growly, not in temperament, but in how I sounded. So yes, I am on honey and lemon in the hope that will make my throat sound a bit better. So who else is here? Jeannie's here, and Branscombe Farm. Morning, Elizabeth. How are you? Yeah, so Jeannie's saying, I hope I'm not. I don't think I am. I think it's just it's autumn. It's heading into winter, and it's that time of year when there are nasally things going around. I think I'm fine. So Paul's saying I strongly recommend hot Bovril. I love Bovril, but I don't think I can drink it. I have a feeling that Bovril has got gluten in it. I could be entirely wrong. I will look that up. Excuse me. So make a note. I'm full of notes in the last couple of days to check whether Bovril has got gluten in it or not. And Elizabeth said my voice comes in and out. It is that time of year. I think it is, and it's pretty wet and rainy generally. But today, I woke up and there was glorious sunshine. So, shall we start the live chat as we used to with where you are and what your weather's doing today? And then you could also add as a second comment and then I can read them out. If you have any good news, so we'll continue the theme of good news. If you've got any good news, please write good news in capitals so it stands out, and then what your good news is. Let's do a bit of where we are, what the weather's like, and some good news. Carol, hi Carol. It's feeling well but sporting symptoms. The cure, 50% of all things. My Welsh Gran gave me honey and lemon, which is exactly what I'm on. But I have a feeling, Mrs. Joe made this for me, and I have a feeling it's just shop bought honey, not our honey, and therefore probably not. It's probably fine for soothing. I think if I want to do anything more dramatic, I'll probably need our own honey. And Steve Plum Wine's here, higher. So Evil Spartacus is saying it's dull and grey in Edinburgh. Steve Plum Wine, it's cold and miserable here in France. Paul Johnson still harvesting tomatoes from the greenhouse in northern Scotland, where the frost already arrived last night. Chris is in Northamptonshire, in England, sunny and chilly. And her good news is our dog is recovering well after his operation. Brilliant. That is excellent news. Ecocentric Homestead in Newfoundland, Canada. I didn't realise that's where you were. -5 degrees C last night, 2 degrees and sunny right now. That's something to be celebrated, the sunny bit. Joe, figs, pigs and feathers. Why can't I never say that? North Arkansas on Bull Shoals Lake, sunny and warming. Maybe snow and rain tomorrow. So quite cool. Evil Spartacus, good news. I should be moving to the Croft in a week or so. I am so pleased for you. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? Yes, proper excitement there. Let's have a round of applause because that is so exciting. So exciting. So you can get yourself embedded in and everything moved in over the winter. And then when the spring arrives, you can just absolutely hit the ground running. How brilliant is that? Phyllis is here. Hi, Phyllis. She's saying Derbyshire is sunny and the flood has gone. That's brilliant news. I was looking at who was I looking at yesterday? Castle Hill Gardens, Cliff over at Castle Hill Gardens. His garden has been completely flooded under about 6 inches of water. So anything he had planted will be fairly soggy and gone by now, I should think. Laura, Green Raven, sunny and chilly in Maryland. Jeannie says I'm in North Devon. It's a lovely, bright, sunny day, quite chilly. Karen, it's currently 46, so that's F's. Should be about 70 later in Northwest Florida. Florida. Jules is here. Hi. It's up in Shetland. It's flat, calm, and sunny and frosty. Nice. Actually, for it to be flat, calm in Shetland is nice because I guess it is pretty windy up there quite a lot of time. I know Hugh Richards came up to Shetland not very long ago and was filming up there, and he said how windy it was. Auntie's here. Hiya. And Elizabeth's here, and she says it's nice weather in Dorset, dry and not too cold. Let's have a little look. Jeannie says went to our local garden centre, grand Christmas opening with Santa for my granddaughter, and also garden all put to bed now. Jane Kelly, Jane's Allotment, put on a post on her Facebook page, and I asked her to share it in my Facebook group. So if you are on Facebook and you're not a member of the Facebook group, please search for the groups called Liz Zorab it's called Friends of Liz Zorab Byther Farm. There are 3 questions to answer. If you don't answer all those 3 questions, the admins don't let you into the group, but please do join that group. It's worth joining, if nothing else, just to see Jane's post that I asked her to put in the group. She went to the garden centre. They've got their Christmas decorations out, and they've done a scene with a couple of reindeer in it, animated, like not cartoon. I mean, they are mechanical animated reindeer and accompanying music. And I I didn't know whether to laugh or cry or both, but it's certainly worth having a look at. Anthony's saying it's hot and muggy in Joburg after rain yesterday. I'm glad you've had some rain, but yes, that would have made it fairly muggy. And Joe, Figs, Pigs and Feathers, is saying, hoping no snow too. It's mostly raining and turning cold. And Kate, hello Kate from Inside Kate's Kitchen. Thank you for joining me. There's no such thing as late, is there? It's fine. There's only 30 of us here. It's quite early in the hour, and the unwanted under the bridge dwellers tend not to appear till I get into a second hour, and then it can be difficult. So, Kate, I've been saying, actually, anybody who joins later, I've called this a quick live chat because my voice is going, and I just want to give myself the opportunity to be able to say I'm going to stop now because my voice hurts. It doesn't hurt now, and I don't have a sore throat. It's just, it sounds not fabulous. So I was giving myself permission basically, but I am on honey and lemon to try and soothe my throat. So Paul is saying, I can see a bottle of brew behind you. I'm just wondering what it may be. Okay, so actually this morning, I'm going to tell you about this morning. Please keep on saying where you're from, what weather's like, and any good news you've got, and I'll catch up with those comments in a moment. Tracy, if it says you sent a question, you've said you sent a question. Do you want to put it in again? Just put it in again. Yes, so this morning I went out, I did the birds, and then I went out and spent 2.5 hours planting onions, shallots, garlic out in the garden, which was amazing. And then I came in and I have backed off 4 demijohns of wine today. So I might even be 5. So I've been absolutely on it today. And this is a rhubarb wine. Last night I did a patrons live chat, so that was it was an hour and a quarter with just me. Well, actually, Mr. J passed through for a few minutes, but it was just me and patrons, and we were talking about all sorts of things. But I was showing them my rhubarb wine, which I'm going to show you too. Right, so for those of you who are fairly new here, just say I don't actually drink this wine. I make it for Mr. J, but I don't drink alcohol anymore. When I say I don't drink it, I taste it, so I know what it tastes like, but I don't actually sit with a glass. The amount I get is the bit that goes through the siphon when I'm bottling it. So Carol's here, hiya, and Lorella's here. Hi, Lorella. Just joining for a minute. Thank you very much. And Anne's here. So look at the colour of this. It is really beautiful and it's really clear, and it's frosting up a bit because it's been in the fridge, but I'm very, very pleased. So that is rhubarb wine that I started in May, and it's actually ready to drink already, which is amazing. I'm sure if I left it another year, it would be even better, but does mean Mr. J has got some wine. Anna, thank you so much. Anna has just given me a super chat. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. That's really sweet. And that's made my day. Thank you. And so over here, I've got the next batch of rhubarb wine, which looks a bit like pond water at the moment. But I've racked this off this morning, so it looks it looks less pond-like than it did 3 hours ago, but it does look quite murky still. And I think I'm just going to have to keep on racking it off several times, and then it will clear like the other one did. So I'm very pleased with that. So in answer to your question, that's rhubarb wine, and there might be another one. Oh no, you can't see another one. There isn't another one lurking. So So Erica made me this cozy. She knitted this for me. She made it in this colour because she knows it's one of my favourite colours. So I have, that was all very close at hand, wasn't it? So yeah, so I've got the same green in my wrist warmers, in my jumper, and in my bottle cozy. I really like that green. So, right. And then I saw another question. So bear with me. I'm going to have to scroll back up a tiny bit. So Paul, hopefully that answers your question about the wines in the, because I put them in the bathroom. In the bathroom, I've got rose hip and red grape. I've got 2 demijohns of that. There's a plum wine, which is a yellow plum, and it has got a little bit of the dark purple red plums in it, but mostly it's a pale one. And there's a something else, blackberry and grape. So those are the ones that are going in the bathroom at the moment. Kate is saying, Liz, how did you come up with the name Byther Farm? Mr. J and I were trying to decide what to call the farm, and we wanted something that didn't necessarily identify where we are, but also actually meant something to us. And we were saying, well, you know, come on, there must be something that we can do, because let's think about it. You know, we're near to the river. We're by that roundabout. We're by the fields. We're by the other farm. We're by the this. We're by the that. And then eventually said, what about Byther? And so we wrote it down, B-Y-T-H-E. And I said, people have pronounced Bythe. And we live very near Bristol, which has quite a specific West Country accent, where anything with an R at the end of it, a word ending in R, can be pronounced as quite a pronounced R, like Byther Farm. So we put an R on the end of Byther to make Byther Farm. It was a bit of fun and nothing else, but we like it, so, which is the main thing. So William has joined us. Hi William, how are you? He's up in Bolton, and where it is sunny. So Annie sent me a little pick me up. That has picked me up. Thank you very much. I'm going to be miles behind in the chat now, aren't I? Steve's saying he racked off some pomegranate wine this morning. Wow. And he's currently bottling Bordeaux as we speak. And Valerie's here. Good morning, Valerie. Paul's saying, do you put ginger in your brew for an added kick? No, I don't. I will make some apple and ginger. That was one of the other things we were talking about last night. But I'll make some apple and ginger wine. Right, so Tracy's saying, I rescued 2 chickens, 1 male and 1 female, tend both to be roos. I wouldn't normally eat extra males, but it doesn't feel right if they're rescued. Am I being too sensitive? I think the answer to that, Tracy, is you have to do what's right for you. Personally, I wouldn't eat a rescued bird because I wouldn't know what was previously fed to that animal, what vaccinations or chemicals or anything were given to it beforehand. But you have to do what is absolutely right for you. So not a cop-out. That's I think it's such a personal thing. I think that has to be what's right for you. Ecocentric saying the other one's behind the pumpkin. Well, the other one is the rest of the rhubarb, which we're kind of decanting into that as we're going. I did think there was a red one this morning, but I've obviously done. Perhaps that was one of the ones that I racked off. So Laura's saying she loves the colour. So yeah, that green is super. Steve Digwell Greenfingers is here. Is halfway through making roly-poly, jam roly-poly navy style. Steve, every time you appear, you are telling us about the most amazing food that you're cooking. I think you need to do more cooking videos. If you haven't come across Steve's channel before. He's Digwell Greenfingers. If you hover your, what's this, cursor, that's my finger, but if you hover your cursor next to one of his comments, you should get 3 little dots come up next to his comment. If you click on that, it will say go to channel, and that will open it in a new window for you. I really rate Steve's channel, so definitely worth having an explore. Have a look at it. If there are things that interest you there, he is an absolute font of gardening knowledge. So if you're interested, you like what you see, you know what to do. You click the subscribe button, and then you go and watch a couple of videos, because otherwise YouTube will unsubscribe you. That's basically what happens. If you just click subscribe, but you don't actually engage in the channel at all, they'll go, oh no, that was a mistake, and they managed to unsubscribe you. So let's have a little look. I know there's more chat going on, and I'm still on the same bit. So Walk on the Wild Side is here. Hi. You're new here, just subbed the other day, and great content. Thank you very much. Scrolling down. I'm being very slow. Everybody's chatting away, and I've missed loads of things. So Robert's here, Kilted Gardener. Hi, how are you? Evelyn, did I say good morning to you? I don't know. We chatted last night, which was lovely. Mark's here. I just got back in. How do? So Joe says, how about making a video on making apple and ginger wine? That sounds like a really good idea. Shall I add it to my list of videos I may make? Apple and ginger wine. But maybe not like really strong apple wine. So, Vision of Truth on my lunch break. Good to see you, Liz. You have great videos. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Naomi's here, saying I've been back from Portugal for a while, and the tan has faded now. I'm still scrolling down. I think I've got a feeling I've got a long way behind. So there we go. And let's have a little look. So I think I might have just deleted somebody in error, but I also think maybe not. So let's have a look at a list of things I want to chat about. So first of all, can I say thank you to the moderators, because you just do an amazing job at keeping this chat going, keeping it polite and family friendly, and allowing me just to keep on talking without having to get distracted by you know what. So thank you so much for that. And also want to say thank you to my patrons who have just been so supportive, and just keep on supporting us, and allowing me to do more creative stuff with this channel than I imagined I would be able to, whilst also running the small holding. So let's have a look. Vision of Truth saying, how Vision of Truth, what's your first name, so I can actually give you a name, please. How are you coping with colder weather? It is cold, it is chilly. I have been wearing a lot of layers, so I've had vests and t-shirts and polo neck jumper and a sweatshirt on, and 3 pairs of trousers on outside, and I've just got on with it. And then as soon as I started doing any work, obviously I got really hot, so all the layers came off, back down to 1 pair of trousers, vest and t-shirt and jumper. So let's have a little look. Naomi's saying, I'm just trying apple and brown sugar wine made this year. It's delicious. like a honey mead with an apple top note. That sounds really nice. So did you just use brown sugar instead of a white sugar to make it with? And was it Demerara sugar or one of those really dark Muscovado type sugars? Please let me know. Mark's got good news. Raised at £154.66 a day for British Legion. Help the heroes. Brilliant. A few less boys than last year, but they're in our thoughts. Absolutely. So, Ashley, please tell me a bit more about this wine. It sounds fabulous. And it will take me 2 or 3 weeks to remember names. And sometimes I don't remember people's names for a very long time. Sometimes it takes me a really long time. So sorry about that. Steve saying you might want to start winemaking again. Yes, do it. Anna Paula Crawford here. Good morning from Houston, Texas. So, Kate, how far away? This is like how long is a piece of string? Is the area that you live in close to or a very long way from Houston? Don't need exact miles because obviously, but just out of curiosity, so I can kind of begin to gauge where things are. Bit by bit, I'm learning small sections of the globe and kind of being able to place where things are. Rue's nice here. Hi, Rue. How are you? Paul's saying I live on a tiny Hebridean island. Arid. No, I'll go and find out how that's said. For many years and found a single layer of silk long johns under work clothes could keep the cold out and could be light and easy to work in. Yeah, I've heard that silk long johns are just silk thermally type things are the best. And one day I will get some. So Naomi is saying she made her apple and brown sugar wine with dark sugar and white sugar, about 1 dart to 2. Right, interesting. I'm going to give that a go. I'm really gonna give that a go. I'm interested. So Kate's saying Houston's about 300 miles from me. That's quite a long way then. She's saying Naomi is your wine lady and you were wondering about the cold. Well, Brain's not with it very much today, so and Paul is saying that the island he lives on is pronounced Air Raid. Thank you. We're having a discussion about clothing that's keeping you warm and cool at the same time, because silk would whip away perspiration. Yeah. Rue's saying she's good, thanks. Pretty tired as I've been away for work, to meetings, social events, and congress lectures. Kelly's Kitchen Gardens here. Hi, Kelly. How are you? We are. Mr. Jason's come home. I do ask people when they arrive if they want to say roughly where they live. Obviously, not an address, but roughly where they live, what your weather's like, and if you have any good news. So if you've got good news, can you just write good news in capitals, and then I'll know to read that out. So Karen's saying 300 miles is just across the street for Texas. Yeah, Texas is huge, isn't it? So Anna's saying, but it's very difficult to grow vegetables in South Texas, way too hot in the summer, and we're having a very cold winter. Yeah, there's all sorts of funny weather things going on, aren't there? Anna's saying, I enjoy seeing your garden, it's beautiful. Thank you. Kelly's saying she's very, very well. She's in Scotland. So I've got quite a few people from Scotland here today, which is nice. Ruth's saying my squash got eaten by mice. My squash? So she leaning over. My squash has got... Oh, I'm going to have to just move the chat screen a little bit so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so my squash has got holding it up. What's this? What is this really bizarre thing here? Because I can't work out what it is. It's going soft, so I'm gonna have to deal with it. But I just can't work out what could have caused it. It's and there's a few of them. I've got these little marks on them. So right, quick. I'm missing good news. I'm missing some good news. Let me go back and find the good news. He'll appear through the door any second. Kelly's saying, good news, I've been accepted for interview to rejoin my old profession. Yes, excellent. Jay's saying you live southeast of Otter, Ontario. She's saying lunch break is finished, now back to work. Thank you for dropping in. And you're from Wiltshire, by the way. Thank you for dropping. Yes, the sun is out today. Lorella's saying we're reaching 68. That's 18 today, and dipping down to 16 degrees F, which is -10. Lorella and I were chatting earlier on. Well, no, we use a hello. We use a chat program, and we were talking about the weather earlier on. Jamella's here. Good morning. Hi, how are you? How is the weather in? You're somewhere lovely, aren't you? You're in one of the islands. Somewhere beautiful. You don't have to creep in. People know you've been shopping. Oh, apparently he does need to creep in. And Lorella's saying, my good news is, I've missed this bit. Karen's saying, good news, both my boys are employed full-time. Hooray. Crystal's here from New Jersey. Hiya. Trinidad and Tobago. That was it. Kate's saying, is that a spaghetti squash? Yes, that's a spaghetti squash, Kate. But it's got these marks in it, and I don't really know what to cause them. Okay, Lorella, have I missed your good news? Have a quick look. Elizabeth saying at Branscombe Farm, I finally profited from my rabbits this year. Yay! So my hobby is now making some money. Brilliant. Jay saying it's cold here. Not as bad as yesterday. Rain forecast today. So the snow on the ground are likely to be gone. We approve of that being gone. Steve's got to go. So that's Digwell Greenfingers. Sorry, Liz, got to go. Pastry has rested long enough. Time to smash it into a sheet, cover it with jam and steam it. Yum. So I've been asking everybody if they know what this is.
Pock marks.
These pock marks. Well, Evelyn's saying this is how mould starts.
Oh, right.
So we'll need to check the ones that have gone upstairs.
Okay.
Are you joining me, or are you going to be doing other stuff?
I don't know. I might join you for a moment.
Well, in that case, you'll need to. There. I'll move my chair.
We can do the whole Zaphod Beeblebrox thing.
Well, we could,
Two heads.
or not. We could, or we could not. There we go. Okay, so let's catch up with the live chat again. I'm so behind today with catching up with the chat. Sorry?
Okay. Not as far behind as I am. You've been doing this for...
Well, yeah, but I am.
35 minutes.
Joe's saying the geese ate a bunch of our sweet potatoes. I'm not sure that that's good news.
I don't think that's good news at all.
Good
news that you got a bunch of sweet potatoes.
Yes, that is. Anna's saying, probably going to spoil. Yeah, I think we need to eat those fairly quickly. Kelly was saying she was caught for 14 years and she's just got an interview to go back to work, which is what she wants to be doing. Mark's on the Lancashire-Yorkshire border. And saying we had our first frost here in Germany. People saying hello to you.
Hello to people. I've just picked up a new product in my shopping expedition. It's a thing you spray on the car the night before so that it doesn't freeze over.
Don't you think that's probably just full of something horrible?
It probably is, but...
Do you want to take your sunglasses off? Because all I can see is... Or maybe not. So, how are we saying that? Is it ons?
I would guess so.
Yeah.
I'm not going to attempt the second half of that.
No. So I got you guys in the kitchen and making stew. Nice to jump in the meanwhile. Mr. Joe's putting faces very, very regularly. There's someone at the door. I wonder if that's our door or their door. Crystal Byrne is here from New Jersey. So Kate's saying it's a sign I need to cook the squash. So yes, this is how far behind I am.
Okay.
Mark's saying, like in shades, is it warm down there? It's not particularly warm.
It's bright.
But it is bright. And he's just been driving the car. So
it's that sort of bright winter sun that is, whatever angle you're at, it's the wrong angle.
Yeah. Greta's Garden's here. Hello. Mara Lane is here. Nuna Chat from northeastern Canada. Hello. The first centimetres of snow on the ground today. People are loving your shades. Naomi's saying you can make wine with veg. Oh yes, we have.
We have, yes.
Oh, I have, haven't I?
You have.
Yeah. So
you've made it. I've drunk it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good deal to me.
So in the past, I've done parsnip. This time, last couple of years, I've been did beetroot.
You did beetroot, which is wonderful. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful cooking wine. In fact, it's probably the best cooking wine you've ever made. As a drinking wine, personally, doesn't do it for me.
You didn't like it, but you did like everything I cooked with it.
Oh, yeah.
So, Robert's saying good news. Bo is now 1. Do you remember Bo's birthday during the week?
Carol asked if it's a silicone spray. I actually couldn't tell you off the top of my head because I haven't got it here. It's out waiting to be used. It was just the other morning when I went to work and I had to scrape the car clear, even though I got the fans going and everything. Yeah. It was like something to stop that on a really, when I've got a really early start coming up to Christmas would be quite nice.
Yes. Sheets newspaper would do that, wouldn't it?
No, last time I did that, I ended up with
scraping them all stuck on. Yeah.
After, yeah.
So Kelly's saying she had a squash with pock marks like that, and it began to rot. So we just need to go back through and check them all.
We'll do that.
Paul, can I just check in to see what people are planting out across the UK this week?
Wow.
Well, so at the beginning of the month, or the tail end of last month, I did seeds that you can sow in November. Planting out, I've got onions, so autumn planting onions, garlic, shallots, elephant garlic, and then I'm planting out some cabbages that I sowed in, what was last month?
October.
Beginning of October, or possibly the tail end of September, and they're about 3-4 inches high now. And so they're going to be going out. The peas that I sowed, I'm trying to work out the number of days, 14 days ago, are a couple of inches high now. So they're not ready to go out yet. What is anybody else planting anything else out? So Crystal thinks Mr. J has an awesome beard. I think you've got an awesome beard too.
I must say, it's probably getting to the point here where I'm going to have to trim it back a bit. But it does mean I don't have to wear a scarf.
It does. And are you going to leave it a little bit longer so that you can be...
Oh, so the children think it's Father Christmas again?
Yeah,
yeah, probably.
So everyone's saying I planted out some spring cabbage 4 inches high. Yeah. Thank you, Kate. She's saying I did a series of what you can plant at this time of year. So Ons and Evelyn have a really nice chat in, my guess would be Dutch. Do you think?
I would guess so.
Yeah. There we go. Yes, Dutch. Kate is planting good thoughts in everyone's consciousness. Yes, I like that. Ian says, hello, Ian. Mr. J used a big sheet of corrugated cardboard from a big box. It works a treat.
Done that before, actually. Yeah,
in the morning.
but I've done that before. But the trouble is, most of the big box is now under vast amounts of wood chip.
That's true. Yeah, I'm a bit naughty about nicking all the cardboard. Elizabeth saying, I've got my winter wheat growing for rabbits and chickens. Brilliant. Mark's saying, I've got seedlings for tomatoes, chilies, capsicum, lemon seeds. Made a seed growing tray. Yeah, they've got matching beards. Onions and garlic outside. Yeah, there we go. In the polytunnel, I've got turnips, leeks, carrots, parsnips, charred petrol spinach, and squash.
You got some lettuces, haven't you?
I've just got some fabulous lettuces. We could have one of those today because they are. I could have one of those today. I might have one of those today. And Tracy's saying, can I still sow peas and beans indoors? Okay, so you can sow peas if they are of a hardy variety, Tracy. So that's things like, Feltham Early, Meteor. I'm having to think back to a video I made 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay.
And something else. Very definitely, if you want to go and have a look at my What Can You Sow November, I named 3. There are at least 3 varieties. So if you plant one that's very hardy, you can plant it indoors now when it gets to 4 to 6 inches high. I explain in the video just how you can do that. So yes, you can.
Kelly's Kitchen Garden, if the Father Christmas thing doesn't work out, a ZZ Top tribute band. Unfortunately, that wouldn't work for me because the only member of ZZ Top not to have a beard was the drummer, Frank Beard, bizarrely enough. How could he not have a beard? So yeah, and I'm a drummer, you see, I can't strum.
Is that a great name?
What, Frank Beard?
Yeah.
Or ZZ Top?
No, Frank Beard.
My last band once supported a ZZ Top tribute band who were the Redbeards from Texas, and that came from Birmingham.
Tracy's saying, Ruth's saying, Tracy, broad beans are good to start now. That's true, yes, but a hardy variety. So something like Aquadolce Claudia. It's the same thing.
Aquadolce Winkleman.
Yes. What I grow, and a lot is here. Hello. She's saying hello.
Hello.
Evelyn's growing imperial lettuce in a greenhouse in self-watering pots, as on the way often during the week. And me and you, Acres, is here from Ontario in Canada. My brain's fuzzy then, didn't it? They've already got a bit of snow, so no growing on at the moment. Kelly's saying, my brother is a drummer too. There has been a lot of snow in mid-Wales. I was chatting to Hugh yesterday, and it hadn't reached Hugh, so he was very miffed. But over the other side of the hill, it was really snowy.
I'm a drummer, not a strummer. Yeah, we could do that.
Anna says, have you or Mr. J ever made a musical instrument from a veg?
No.
Yes.
Good job. That was one you're not worried about breathing, wasn't it?
Yes. And Laurie's here. Hiya, Laurie. How are you? Let's have a little look. So, Paul saying, I got a small hydroponic system I built this year. And Mark's saying, I kept the beard, so I have to wear a snood at work, which helps me keep warm. Yeah. Kelly's saying we've got snow on the hills at the moment, but not on the lower areas, and I love the snow.
Yeah, I like it when it's on the hills.
I like it when it's on the hills. It's really pretty to look at, isn't it? I don't want it down. I'm a real warm weather person, though.
Yes.
I would be quite happy if we bypassed winter and went summer, autumn,
spring,
late spring, summer. Yeah.
Of course.
I am a wuss, yes. I am a complete wuss. So Mrs. S is here. Good day, Liz and Mr. J. We've got snow here in New Hampshire. So it sounds like there's quite a lot of snow.
Well, it's that
doesn't
time of
it?
year, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. Eco-Central, you help me decide what to have for lunch. I'll bake one of my spaghetti squashes. What spices do you use when you bake them? Salt and pepper. And that's it with the spaghetti squash. If it's a different squash, if it was like a blue Hubbard or something, then I'd use some nutmeg on it. This is the last ones. And cinnamon I put on them as well. Are you stifling a yawn? Yeah.
I was not sure if it was going to be a sneeze, but it turned out not to be.
Oh, right. Mark's saying, I'll see if Pendle has snow on it. Be right back. Like, don't drive. By the time you've driven all the way there.
The live chat will be finished.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm doing really well, actually, because I gave myself an opt-out of...
I know you did. Are you taking the mickey out of my voice? Me? Would I take the mickey out of you, my darling?
Yes. This is payback for last night, because he doesn't actually know about last night yet. So
I didn't get to see last night. I got chased out of the kitchen.
Brian's Jersey Gardener's here. Hello. Good morning from frozen New Jersey. I watched Hugh this morning on BBC Autumn Watch. I didn't even know he was on BBC Autumn Watch.
I didn't even know BBC Autumn Watch was on.
No. He kept that very quiet, given that he was chatting to me yesterday.
Well, there's one for the BBC iPlayer when you can get the connection to work again.
Absolutely. Joanna's saying we have 2 seasons, wet and dry. Oh, yeah, wet and dry, that must be, mustn't it? My grandparents used to make... take me to their caravan. So Mark, Donna McLeod, who was going off to have a look at Pendle, she's saying my grandparents used to take me to their caravan at Pendle. Very happy memories. Mrs. S saying the colder weather makes it nice for baking and soups. Yeah, baking doesn't happen here anymore, does it?
No.
Well, it'll be your birthday again before the year's out.
The next 12 months, you mean?
Yeah. So, and then you can have a cake then. Laura's saying, I'm making sour beef with an old roast from the freezer. Nice. So Russo's saying, yes, I love baking and making soups and stews. I like them when they're done. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. He looks sad about no baking. Yes. So this is Willow Forest Gardens. Hello. We have.
But it was all in your weight loss video, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we have up until this year been quite a cakey baking pies, biscuits, cake type family. But not for the last
12 months. Well,
11 months. Yeah. So yes. But it's had quite dramatic results, hasn't it? So yeah, like we're both desperate for cake.
Yeah, but you see, I can actually do something about that. I can go and buy one.
Yes, that's
just
true.
That's good.
Yeah. So Jamila's saying, no mistake, we have a dry season and a rainy season. So presumably you have a sort of monsoony type weather as well. Ruth's Life says, thinking of investing in a slow cooker. We have a slow cooker.
We have a slow cooker.
Which I found at a charity shop, and it's quite a fancy one. It's so fancy.
You've only ever used it for?
I've only ever used it for extracting honey from honeycomb, because I actually don't know how to use it because it's so complicated. And when I looked up the
book of words, as my mother would have called it.
Book of words, yeah, the instruction manual online. It was so complicated. I just thought I'll either switch it on and it will work, or I won't. So
you did, and it did.
I did, and it did. Yeah, but I don't know how to use it properly. It's one of those ones that you can program to do all sorts of things, but I haven't worked out how to do that. Me and technology are not.
You're not, as they would say around this part of the world, you're not dull, are you?
No, I'm not dull. I just don't like learning new things.
Yeah, that's different.
I don't like learning new technologies and things. So.
Well, the thing is that everything that was around when we were born was established. Everything that happened up till we were about 35 was new and exciting and part of the natural development of life. And once we go over 35, once it's new, then it's newfangled rubbish. To paraphrase Douglas Adams.
Yes, yeah, but I don't know if 35 was the thing.
I think that was the age he gave it, but
I think maybe 49, and after that I kind of went, oh, this is hard work. Kate's saying, my son Evan is a slow cooker, and Evan a dehydrator and many other things.
No, empty nest homestead. So what diet plan are you on? And I would suggest a quick point at the video.
Yes.
Which was 3 days ago, was it? A week
Tuesday.
ago? Tuesday. Have a look back at Tuesday's video. It'll tell you all about it and how it works, and you will see some of the results in quick frame. It's not stop frame animation, but quick, rapid succession. That's the phrase I was groping for. Now, you see, you say quick time, and I immediately think of that annoying video thing that keeps trying to update on my computer. Not anymore, but you should take over my computer and update it a lot. Let me see. Slow cooking vegetable beef soup now.
Nice. You can explain I stepped aside because I'm eating again.
Yeah, she stepped aside for a triangle of light cheese. It's light cheese. It's not like cheese, it's light cheese.
Oh, it's not even, no, it's really not like cheese.
But it's something that she's allowed to eat as part of this plan. Chicken bone broth and corn casserole will be made inside Kate's kitchen today.
Okay, so everybody's cooking yummy things.
Mm-hmm. And you're eating a triangle of cheese.
I am eating a triangle of cheese, but Kilted Gardens asked you a question.
Yes.
There. But later on, we've got roast chicken.
We have.
I've got a full roast dinner.
Yes.
Well, he's retracted it now. He doesn't want to know.
Oh. I've just forgotten the name of them as well. I'd have to look it up.
Well, it's all right.
That begins with A.
My brain's being a bit...
Can you see my phone?
Okay, so Ellen said she grew some Dutch. Now, it says endive, but I'm guessing that's an endive.
It's endive.
All right, an endive. That's what I'm guessing it is. So I'm reading. You can tell we're coming up to the end of the hour because my brain becomes quite fuzzy. Mark's saying, have you ever used those dehydration cookers? Okay, so I have a dehydrator, which I don't use very much because I don't love it very much. We don't do a lot of dried food, though, do we?
No.
So I don't like much dried fruit. I don't really like dried vegetables because I have a bit of a hangover from the 1970s when my parents bought Vesta dried meals. Do you remember that? Does anybody else remember Vesta curry and Vesta Chinese meals, which were like sachets of dried stuff and powder, and you cooked them slowly with water and it kind of rehydrated them. I didn't like them terribly much. My parents did. So they just... Mark's just said, oh my God, Vesta's a criminal act against food. Right, well, dehydrated food just reminds me of Vesta. New Life 51 saying, we use dehydrator for kale chips. Lynn's here. Hiya, Lynn. Saying, oh yes, Vesta meals were a Saturday night special. Rue, oh my goodness, yes, Vesta meals, but yeah, absolutely. And Nanma, Helen, yes, I used to love them, but now they're yuck. So I think the general consensus is Vesta meals were not the best meals to have, and I think I feel a bit scarred by them. So not emotionally wounded, but every time I think of dried food, that's what I think of. Jay says, I like my dehydrated for herbs and cherry tomatoes. I haven't tried cherry tomatoes. I do use it for herbs. Mark's saying, I'm a chef stroke butcher by trade. I can't stand those things.
That's a very nasty thing to say about chefs stroke cooking.
Are you?
I'll be back in a second.
You don't have to be back in a second.
Find the answer to this question.
Oh, he's gone off to find it. So, Robert, he's gone off to find the answer to your question, even though you retracted the question. He's gone to look anyway. So, Carol's on her way out. Thank you for joining us, Carol. I can't believe I've got through the whole hour. And no doubt when I go to film the next video, I will be croaking away. So, Evelyn's saying I dry a lot of apple, chili peppers, cherry tomatoes, and mushrooms. And it works well. Yeah, I think it is that thing about the texture of it more than anything. I might be. Thank you, Chrissy. I have noticed there's an awful lot of comments like that on various different parts of social media. It just seems to be a bit pointless, really. But there you go. Not just about ducks, saying thank you, it's good to be here. Hello. I think there are probably quite a few people who've been here who we haven't said hello to, in which case I'm incredibly sorry. The chat does go quite quickly. I've gone backwards and forwards in the chat quite a lot, so I'm so sorry if you've been and you've said something and I haven't said hello to you or anything. It's not done on purpose. It's not because I'm blanking you. It is mainly because the conversation goes quite quickly, or my brain just goes fuzzy, and I haven't got my glasses on. Because if I put my glasses on to read the writing, I then actually can't even focus on the camera, and you just get this kind of cross-eyed thing going on, which is less than attractive. So, we are coming up to the hour, but there was just a couple of things I wanted to, one more thing I wanted to say was just that thank you to everybody for your messages this week. People who are in my Facebook group know that I had a fall this week, and it was less of a fall and more of a somewhat inelegant face plant. And I thought I was going to have a black eye. And hooray, I haven't. I've got this little nick on my nose here. I've got some very slightest little bit of bruising around my eye. At the time, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I'm not going to go through the full description again. Yes, Kate. Okay, I am going to go through the full description again because I was putting the baby duck. I've moved the baby ducklings from the nursery pen into the duckling pen. I put them in the house and closed them in for about 25 minutes, half an hour while I got their food ready and their water ready. And then I opened the door. So now they know it's home. I opened the door and I was trying to encourage them out, and they didn't come out. So I kind of stood in front of the duckling house and looked down like that, and I still couldn't see them. So I bent a bit further over and I still couldn't see them. And eventually I was looking into the door, but I was kind of bent right over. And then I thought, oh, well, I'll just reach in and encourage them out. So in went one arm. This is a great visual, this. In went one arm, and I'm leaning right over. And I just leant until eventually my centre of gravity was further forward than it should have been. And I just literally went, and I don't even know how to do this, but basically I hit the far side of the ramp going up into the duckling house. I'm going to do it the right way up. So, but imagine my head's upside down. I basically did that and just scraped it straight across my eye, and I could feel it pressing on my eyeball. And I was like a very grown-up person. I went, thinking I'd actually kind of done some fairly serious damage to my eyeball. And as it turns out, I hadn't. So I'm very pleased about that. Yes. But it was one of those most inelegant. I literally, just my face went down onto the floor. Yeah, not the prettiest. So,
You're a twit, but I love you.
yeah, well, you know, I've learned from that one now. Don't lean too far. So,
Airborne.
Airborne.
That's the
Do you
answer
know,
to
I've
the
even
question.
heard of them.
That's the answer to the question.
I've heard of them. So, Brian's Jersey Garden is saying, "Oh lordy, not just about ducks. We're saying, please be safe." Yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? Where I get.
She gets to her most twittishness at this time of year.
So, and Lee's saying, "Ow." Yeah, it was. And most of all, it's that thing of I was on my own, and I did have my phone with me because you've insisted you want me to take my phone. Had 4% battery, so I took a photo of my face.
And the battery ran out.
Just to make sure that there wasn't more damage then, and I thought it was. But anyway, it's absolutely fine, and it's another tale to tell, and in years to come I'll say, remember when I had my hands stuffed in the duckling house?
Christmas, that'll be a Christmas story to tell the great-grandchildren.
Really?
I don't
think it'll be that So, yes, everybody else is very sensibly heading off. It's like this woman's gone off on one, we're off. So, thank you for joining us. Do we think there will be a live chat next week?
I don't know. I don't know why. No, maybe not.
Maybe not. It's your first week of your holidays, and we might want to actually be able to.
No, we'll see.
Get jobs done. So potentially there could be a live chat.
I got a week off work. What she goes? Oh, I've got all these jobs for you.
Yeah. Potentially there may be a live chat next week, but if there isn't, it's because we're off doing jobs. So thank you so much for joining us today. And so, actually, no, let's just say thank you to the moderators one more time.
Absolutely, thank you, moderators.
Yeah, thank you again. So wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for the rest of your day, I hope it's a good one. I hope you'll join me again in a video on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye. There we go.